Hello, welcome to week 4 of the HUMA2023. Hope you have been learning lots of fun things to do and participate in. Chapter 7 this week is very interesting because it is about science and how to incorporate science into and use all of the different fine arts into that. The devotional is about sin. So I'm sure that we all understand that. We all have a problem with that. And the little video really makes you stop and think of what are some of the pulling factors that pull us into sin. That we see things and we don't realize what we're getting into until we go and get into it and then it's over. So what is your take on that video and how does that affect God? What are your favorite scriptures to help keep you away from sin? I look forward to seeing that and hearing that from you. The interactive assessment this week, at the beginning of chapter 7, there is a list of characteristics of a naturalist and characteristics of an artist. Now, it says to compare and contrast the two. So I don't want you to just give me a list of what they say the naturalist and give me a list of what they say the artist. I want you to internalize that. I want you, in your own words, to tell me how are those alike and how are those different. And it asks for examples. I want specific examples for you to come up with your own ideas there. And also, we're into puppets and how you teach puppets in science. How would you take that? All different kinds of puppets. How could you incorporate that into a science classroom? And ask you to give 2 specific examples of that too. On this, I need you to really be very thoughtful and very deep thinking in these. I don't want these little short answers. I know that you're busy, but this is very, very important in all of these reflections and all of these times that you really put a lot of thought into these things. Okay, this week in our Pinterest and our lesson plan, we are all about science. We're teaching science to 4th and 5th graders. Now we're getting on a higher level, and so our activities have to be different. What I want you to do, a reminder, the first thing you do is you go to the TEKS and find you either a 4th or a 5th grade TEK that you're going to teach in science. Turn that into your objective. Then go to Pinterest and find your ideas that you're going to use for your science, music, one art, for your activity in your lesson plans. Then you can find all different kinds of pens for your Pinterest. It doesn't have to have anything to do with your objective, just one in each. If you want to find more, great. And then go and write your lesson plan. So TEKS first, write your objective, know what your objective is, then go find your pens, and then write your lesson plan, okay? Doing great. Hope you continue doing well on those and make those interesting and fun for the kids. Now, will you teach like this all the time? Not necessarily. Hopefully you will. Hopefully you will use this more and more and more. But this is something to help those students retain the knowledge of what you're trying to teach them. Okay. The last assignment this week is using Play-Doh. Play-Doh is such a powerful tool for any age group. It doesn't matter whether they're little bitty all the way through adults. It's such a manipulative, hands-on activity that can be used for so many different things. So I've asked you to model the life cycle of a butterfly with your Play-Doh. Set it out, make it each stage and list it. But I also want you to give me 5 examples, specific examples in science of how you could use the modeling clay in different areas. Now this week we're doing 4th and 5th grade, so I'm thinking you need to think a little bit higher with the older grades, how you could incorporate those Play-Doh. 5 specific examples of how you could use that. And it also asks you the question in the reflection, and make sure you make your reflections very thoughtful, is how can you use that butterfly example of teaching or showing your kids about creation in a secular school? Now that's going to take some thought, but I want to know how you could do that, because, you know, as Christian teachers, that's what we're all about. We might not can say Christian, God, all of those kinds of things, but we sure can provoke answers or questions to provoke thought, and they can question, okay? All right, have a great week. Look forward to getting your work. Any questions, let me know.